Alright, 3, 2, 1. Very upset about this. What the heck just happened? Damn, so you gotta keep going for so long. I mean, you don't have to, like, keep, like, commentating for every second of every run. Like, that's... There's also, in and of itself, bad reasons to do that. But that's again, that's one of the reasons why I like the Yakuza games. It gives us ample time, ample downtime to be able to, you know, talk to chat and stuff like that. It's nice. So, because of the Dragon Engine, excuse me. This engine that is in 3 was used for Kenzan 3 4. Then Dead Souls 5 0K1 used a better version of that engine. And then, and obviously Fist of the North Star. Never forget Fist of the North Star. And then after that was Dragon Engine, although obviously it went 6, Fist of the North Star, old engine, and then back to Dragon Engine. Thanks, Fist of the North Star. Thanks, Fist of the North Star. For those who are new and may not know, my stance on Fist of the North Star is no. Just no. You want to talk about terrible RGG speedruns? Fist of the North Star. Bottom line, very bottom. Fist of the North Star. There's only one thing it has going for it, and that's good boss fights, and that's it. That's literally it. That's, even that can't save that speedrun. It cannot. Fist of the North Star is the worst RGG speedrun by far. By far. Gave me a fear of stairs in these video games. We have so many problems with stairs in these video games. Fist of the North Star, you slow down on stairs. If you're not running before you take stairs in Zero and Kiwami, you can't run up them. In the Dragon Engine games, if you're 60 FPS or above, you can sometimes get stuck on the stairs because high FPS problems. It's great. Stairs are the best. Better. Okay. That's God. Thanks, bud. I was hoping I could hit him in time, but I should have known I couldn't. Push him away from the wall, which sucks, so I can't build up my heat. This is bad. It was a good tutorial up until this bit, and now this bit's been terrible. I'm gonna grab the other guy if possible, because I feel like I haven't hit him enough. You. These two I have on the right. These two I definitely have. Doesn't matter which one I grab. Okay. Still bad, but still bad. Still fine. I'll take it. I'll take it. I just want to get back to later chapters again. That's not wrong, GK. That is a good thing. But and I will give Fist of the North Star credit for having some decent new minigames. Bartender Ken is an okay new minigame. It's unlike the way that it button mashes, but it's alright. And you have to do it for way too long if you want to do everything. Which, yeah, that's part of all sub-stories as well. When we do Fist Ass, I'll be doing a lot of Bartender Ken. But shout-outs to the Doctor minigame. Shout-outs to the Doctor minigame. That's a good minigame. That's a very good replacement rhythm minigame for karaoke. That one good. That one's very good. That Ode to Joy rap remix is just blasphemous and absolutely brilliant at the same time. I do not know if it's copywritten, and I don't think you actually have to do... I might be misremembering, but I don't think you actually have to do that minigame for all sub-stories. There's one minigame you definitely don't have to. You don't have to do baseball for either outside of the mandatory baseball that introduces you to the baseball. But it's like here, I know I have to hold L1 and hope that these enemies attack me. Good luck! Nice time to just chill for a second. You want to start punching, please? Oh my god. Thank you. None. None. And have to, yeah, I was saying whether you have to do it once or not. More than saying if you have to do the entirety of it. There's the fourth guy. This is okay setup for the rest of these, but where's the fourth guy? There. Come on. Terrible. I was almost set up for multiple enemies, and I just didn't get a single one. Hope I can get. I should use the sign there, actually. I don't know why I didn't use the sign. Most people dead. This guy needs to get hit quite a lot. Come on. Terrible. Awful. 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 Oh. Huh? Wow, 2 early fight spawns after that tutorial today. Ouch. That's not good. Alright. We can actually come out of chapter 1 with a really good time if Majima behaves. If we can have a good Majima fight, we can actually come out with a very good time out of chapter 1 despite how bad those tutorials were. So, hey. Yes, please. Come on, bud. Let's go. I don't know if the cutscene trigger is a bit closer on the left. I should check that.
Oh?
Okay. Let's do this correctly this time. Or not. You're gonna do this, huh? Really? Majima? That's my boy. Fuck you, my dude. Great. Terrible. Terrible. Awful. Good start, good end. Bad middle. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Shame. Still sub 830. That's fine. Ugh, upsetting. Very upsetting. Alright. Let's do this properly again. At least I'm getting consistent sub 830s on Majima now. Like that's the one like actual like shining grace of like chapter 1. So I've had like really bad chapter 1s in some way or fashion, but at least I'm getting consistent sub 830s now. That's important. Interesting. Okay. Ebisu, sell our 2 stamina X's, get 5 bats, and off to see Rikiya again. Hopefully we can have a Rikiya fight like earlier, just do it faster this time. Because the Rikiya fight earlier wasn't actually that bad. I just gotta do it faster. Not get caught on the wall as we get to Ebisu either. Okay, here to sell. 2 stamina X's. 5 bats. Okay. So, free flurries. Fight spawn there. Nice and early. Okay. No fight spawn here, that's good. You can get fight spawn right here, it can block you from getting into the Rikiya fight. It sucks. It really sucks. That's bad on my part, but yeah, you've got to go in the corner again, Rikiya. Oh my god, he's going to be a problem. All I want to do is feel the heat. Bad fight. Bad fight, messed up the second part. That last bat was terrible. I got too eager. I got way too eager. Oh. Never mind. We know we have time save in the next chapter, so we'll just have to save time now.
Hey.
Ugh. Ugh. Terrible, 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 terrible. So I had the exact opposite problem from the run we did earlier, where this time we were too eager rather than being too slow. Cool. Cool. I guess I'm being consistent in the things that I am oppositely terrible at. Yeah, there shouldn't be fight spawns here, which is good. When we're with Rikiya here, there shouldn't be fight spawns. It's just for the first bit. Okay. Yeah, it's time loss. Ouch.
Oh
that
my
sucks.
God.
Sucks a lot. Yo, Savna, thank you very much for the raid. Hope you're doing well today. You're just in time to see Yakuza 3's new route, where we have decided to throw baseball bats into Yakuza 3. Thank you for the luck, I appreciate it. Going to need it. Had some terrible run-ending luck already, which sucks. See, that's more like it. That's much better than we had earlier. So, we know we've got, like, a good, like, almost minute of time save in this chapter. So, with the new route, we have a lot of time save in this chapter, which is nice. Essentially, we can easily sum up Yakuza 3's new route with one word. Baseball bat. That's actually 2, but hyphenated. Just hyphenate it, trust me. That's not how it's spelled, but just trust me. Doesn't make me look bad that way. But yeah, we now get a whole bunch of baseball bats. We've got a whole bunch of baseball bats prior to this chapter. And we'll be using them for the boss of this chapter, which will make things a lot more consistent and faster, which is nice. If you haven't seen a Yakuza 3 run before, yes, this is one of the old PS3 games. It's the first mainline PS3 Yakuza. That's why it looks a little old. But this is the remastered version. Yes, this is the game where all the enemies block everything, including our baseball attacks, which sucks a lot. It sucks a heck of a lot. But with the new route, not only do we get baseball bats, but we also get to use some of our guns earlier, which should make one boss in particular, compared to my PB, go about a minute and a half faster. So, new route, good. New route, very good. But I'll always lose time in that second chapter because of the fact that we have to take a detour to buy baseball bats. I don't know why my alerts are loud today, but they are.
Yakuza 3 Frug Hype.
Heck yeah, Quappy, thank you very much for the 5 months in the Prime Gaming, I appreciate it. But hopefully everyone going for Sounders is having a good evening tonight. Hopefully you're all having a good Thursday. I spent 4 hours on the phone to Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs. That was not fun. That was very not fun, but sometimes you have to do a deal with the devil, aka the taxman. I did accounting for 4 years. Trust me, I know. I am the taxman. I am the devil. I'm the person you all hate. I'm a certified accountant, but I'm a full-time Twitch streamer, so you know. These things don't add up. These things don't add up in the slightest. But yeah, we just have to... There's 3 chapters of this game that are kind of rough from, like, a speedrun perspective, because we have to... There's essentially 3 chapters where we have to spend time with the kids from the orphanage and do odd missions for them. This is one of them. Unfortunately, Yakuza 3 is one of the only Yakuza speedruns that doesn't have skippable minigames. We're on a golf course. Which is great. So, hey, good wind for once. So... RNG for golf for the speedrun is the wind at the top right is always randomly generated. So speed and direction. This ain't too bad. I'm actually okay with this one. You also speed things up by whenever anyone takes a shot pressing X. Again, I'm going to put some backspin into it because I always overshoot. Terrible. Yeah, you know what? It's alright. I'll take that. Ironically enough, you don't want to get a hole-in-one. You would think that a hole-in-one would be pretty good. Actually, no. It also helps to putt the ball, though. That actually does help. I can't read the greens in Yakuza 3. I've never been able to. I actually hate trying to read these greens. When you get a hole-in-one, you actually get a longer animation. So you actually don't want to get a hole-in-one. My PB actually does have a hole-in-one in it. So, ideally, don't get hole-in-one. Play badly at golf. I am playing terribly at golf. That's a bit too terribly, but that's fine. That's gonna go wildly off. Oh. Yeah, okay. No, okay, sure. Fine. I learned how to play golf all of a sudden. Fantastic. Cool. Akasaka's AI always just completely messes up on this whole... his AI... Nice spawned again. His AI always plays the same every single time. The nice thing is, it does not matter whether you win or whether you lose. That's not good. That's fine. I still did better. I don't know how to call this one, so I'm hitting the ball. I know that's taking more than 1 hit, so yes, that's fine. Now you can see Akasaka's AI just exploding completely. My AI is also exploding completely, apparently. Remember that time I learned how to play golf? Apparently not. But yeah, you don't actually have to win, you don't actually have to at all. You just have to get through all 3 holes as fast as possible. Preferably without holes in ones, ironically enough. It's actually a big bit of time loss in the run, is actual golf. It's kind of weird. I definitely could have done 2 of those hits a bit better than that, so... Oops. And most of the route changes, apart from, like, the combat route changes start in Chapter 2, most of the out-of-combat route changes start in the next chapter. Mostly because to compensate for getting extra baseball bats, we need extra money. We also repair all of the guns during Chapter 6, so we need a lot of money during the run, which requires us to get extra items from the coin lockers. And in Yakuza 3, the coin locker keys don't spawn in until Chapter 4. We are still in Chapter 3. This is the last of the fillery orphanage bits for this chapter. We'll be going straight on to actual story as of... Wait, no, it's Ayako first, isn't it? Oh, never mind. Never mind, I lied. Never mind, I lied. One more bit of filler. It's technically Eri's bit, but Ayako heavily stars in it, and then Ayako gets her own bit later on. Also, you walk inside the house, so go the shortest way possible in the house. Now we have to speak to literally every single kid that's inside of this house. There is a decent locker key in here that we'd be able to grab, but it's just too far away, considering the fact that we walk. Also, PS3 walking animations, they're fantastic. They are absolutely fantastic. Rihanna, not Rinoa, we're not playing Final Fantasy VIII. Rihanna, you can actually, like, speak to her from outside of the room. Her hitbox is massively generous, which is good. Taichi's in the road, which is not good. Get inside the house here, Taichi. These animations are fantastic. Go get the boys off of the beach. This one, thankfully, doesn't last too long. This lasts only like 2-3 minutes at most, which is not too bad. We don't have to play golf, which makes it instantly better. There is one more unskippable minigame coming up in the next chapter, provided, you know, I don't get 2 fight spawns in quick successions this time around. Ideally, I don't get any fight spawns at all. That would be great. There's one more kid we have to get, which is actually Haruka, our technically adopted daughter, who's in the kitchen. We'll leave her till last, because obviously it's the longest to get to her through the house. And that way, when we come out of the kitchen, it'll just dump us into the cutscene, which is nice. Very nice route. Very, very nice route. Cool. You never guess who stole the money, by the way. It's not obvious in the slightest. But I'm hoping between this chapter, chapter, what's Kanda in 6? This chapter, chapter 6, and chapter, what was the other one we did yesterday? 7? Between the 3 of those chapters, I'm hoping to get sub 210 this run. I should have had sub 210, like, pre this route, but now there's no excuse not to have sub 210. I definitely should have sub 210 at this point. So, if I don't get it, it's clearly because I'm not good enough. Simple as that. And down to the beach. Can't believe Eri stole the money the entire time. Unbelievable. But Ayako is going to get her own story later on. She is an Olympic medal sprinter, as you will see. Like, genuinely. She actually is able to outrun everybody in this video game. That is pretty impressive. I do not know what her future ambitions are, but sprinter should be one of them. Okay. And then we go through the last of this conversation, and we get onto story stuff at last. This is where the run starts opening up again. Okay, so we need to use the last of my up D-pad baseball bat pre-Tamashiro, and then hopefully we have a better Tamashiro fight this time. Tamashiro fight last time wasn't too bad, but I did mess up 1 or 2 things in it, so here's hoping. Taichi in the house. Okay. Time to go deal with the local Yakuza. Surprise. But, like, I mentioned it a couple of times with Yakuza runs, and that, like, your movement outside of fights is, like, one of those things that's, like, really, really important, and, like, is actually something that you shouldn't take for granted, but, like, as you can see, my movement is terrible. I can't walk in a straight line in the PS3 games. I don't know why. I feel like the movement is just extra, not floaty, but, like, extra sensitive, I think, is the word I'm after. Like, unlike the newer games where you can slightly hold left or right a tiny bit and, like, not go too far, with the remasters, and especially with 3, you kind of just go all over the place. On hard, suck ass chunks. Yeah, I don't know why they decided for harder difficulties the chase sections should, you know, go 10 times faster than you. But they really did decide that if you're on a hard difficulty, you are going to have to be on the back of your tail of your chase segment. Otherwise, you're not catching them. Fight spawn? Damn, it's the bad one. I get past this guy, so long way around. Now, here's the bad thing. Remember what we said earlier. He's going to be there when we come out of this cutscene. That is a problem. That is a big problem. I think there's like a small chance he can despawn, but I don't actually... I think he's going to be there. Like, almost... I'm almost like 95% certain he's going to be there. So... I'm going to do my old busted way of trying to get past him, aren't I? I don't like this. I don't like this at all. But fight spawns are terrible in Yakuza 3. In the older PS3 Yakuza games, there's no way of dealing with fight spawns. He's actually gone. Oh, fight spawn? No, good. If you're wondering why I panned the camera down to the ground, you'll have seen there that there was an NPC ahead of us that just disappeared out of existence. If you've ever seen any of the PS2 GTA runs where they spin the camera around to get rid of traffic and stuff, exactly the same here. We spin the camera around, we pan it down, we don't get any civilian spawns, or we despawn civilians. It doesn't work on every single civilian, that's a fight spawn on the right, but as you can see, it makes it a lot easier to tell what's a fight spawn and what isn't a fight spawn. This works on all of the PS3 era Yakuza games. It works better on 3 and 4 due to where the camera is panned rather than 5. It does work on 5, but 5 is evil. So... That's my thoughts on 5. But yeah, the chase sections in this game on hard difficulties are not good. Like, you literally have to be so speedy. Good. Walk the right way, because I can get these two. Like this, I guess. Not sure why that guy is going that way, but sure. Not the best fight. Kicking the sign towards him helped finish him off quicker at the end there. I was kind of hoping to get the other two before that with the sign, but I kind of positioned myself quite badly. So, please don't fight spawn here. I swear to God. Thank you. You can get a fight spawn. This area right here is one of the worst for fight spawns in the entire game, which sucks because we're coming here over the next couple of chapters multiple times for story cutscenes. Like, you can have a fight spawn right outside. There's a fight spawn. That guy right there. Ironically enough. Not close enough, thankfully, but you can get a fight spawn practically outside the Tamashiro family office. And then there's a road near the top here where we have to go down in the next chapter for a story event that can have 2 fight spawns on either side of it and be damn near impossible to get past both fight spawns. And we also have to go to that intersection in the middle there for a story cutscene later on, which could also have a fight spawn in front of the NPC that you have to talk to. This area sucks for fight spawns in this game. There's other places that also suck for fight spawns in this game, but these areas are the bad ones. Good, no fight spawn. You can get a fight spawn when coming out of the weapon van in front of the Tamashiro family office. It's great. Enemy's too fast, I'm just gonna do... Should've done a full combo there. Oh, 1 hit off, I should've got 2. I was a bit slow in my attack. But as long as you can kill the enemies... Kiryu? When you kill the enemies fast enough, you start hitting the locker. I don't know where Kiryu's aiming, because I wasn't holding my directional input at all. I think he's somehow locked onto one of the enemies up here. Which is an interesting one, because again, I wasn't holding any direction or lock on. Hey, my camera didn't turn around this time. Nice. So we want to grab all the healing items in this bit. We need to sell them for money going forward. Money in the new route is exceptionally tight. And depending on how many bats we use in set pieces and stuff, depends on how fast things are going to go as well. So things can have a little bit of discrepancy because of that. Bats in 3 are not as easy as they are in 4. They don't automatically lock onto enemies, which in some ways is good, in some ways very bad. Last base of that on up D-pad, so grab that out. So So one flurry here. Hopefully we can get everybody with this, or the majority of them. The flurry I did in the last attempt was pretty good, so yeah, this is nice. It's okay. I'll take that one. It's okay. Free base for bats for what's coming up next. Okay. This is the hard fight. It's the hard fight before, it's kind of hard now. Just try not to mess it up. So grab Tamashiro, throw him in this corner because there are some corners he works well in. Tamashiro loves guarding attacks, which sucks. I did it early again! And I've knocked him out of the corner. Fantastic. Please get in that corner. Thank you. You can get him in the other... Oh, that's bad. Okay, I can rectify this. God, he didn't do his thing yet. Please stop falling out of the corner, my dude. Appreciate it. I should be hitting him on the ground as well, but I'm scared right now. Really? Okay, fair enough. Fine, I'll feel the heat. At least it was feel the heat and not the other one, I guess. I lose some time, but I could have been a minute ahead at this point. Tamashiro. Tamashiro, my dude. Man. I did the same mistake that I did earlier again. Did you see how I used one of the bats way too early? It's the exact same mistake. Okay, I am a minute ahead, but I could have been like a minute and a half ahead. Man, I'm upset about that. Anytime there's a voiced cutscene in Yakuza's 3 and 4, spam the button. It's actually quicker to text skip for voiced cutscenes than it is for text cutscenes. Text cutscenes is the R1X, voiced cutscenes is spam X. I mean, that wasn't Tamashiro's fault, that was my fault. That was completely my fault. I misread what Tamashiro was doing, so. And I also pressed circle, like, instantly after I did an attack for some unbeknownst reason. I wish I could explain my logic on that one. I can't. Probably because there was no logic on that one. I think what I was thinking was when I hit the stomp, he was going to get up immediately, but I know that's not always the case. It's the case most of the time. It's not always the case. It's almost as if you wait and see what the boss does and you react because you have plenty of time. Just hit the flurry button and catch them with the stun. So, that's something to improve for next time, is not having Tamashiro's feel the heat, at least. If we could get no fight spawns, that'd be great. I'm probably going to call this run no reset at this point. So even if we get bad fight spawns, I can at least test the rest of the run. Because obviously, new route, new things in the beginning. I need to get used to the new things. Like obviously this part where, trying not to look at my notes for this so I can remember, we need 3 locker keys, shotgun, amulet, weapon van, second trip, Mitsuo's trip, shadow blade, and fuck. The one on the road. The one on the road. The one I always forget. Oops. That is much faster. Wow, that's much faster. Hot damn. That is actually way, way faster. Wow, I've been doing it wrong this whole time. And then Haraka Trip, swap body armor. And then, obviously, revolver key. That's it. No fight spawn here this time. Thank you. Appreciate it. These 3 walking around that you see aren't getting despawned. They're a sub-story. Avoid them. Oh, fuck. That's a bad fight spawn. I'm going to have to go to the left. Good, he went the right way. I'm panning my camera to see where this guy is after I get this locker key, because he can turn around this time. I need to get past him. Good shit. Good turn, my dude. Appreciate you. One in the weapon van, which is good. That fight spawn outside there actually isn't too bad. That's one I don't mind. So if there is a fight spawn out here, if that one could still be there, that would be great. But you can get 2 fight spawns in front of this road, which literally can lose you time. Good stuff. Like, you can get one next to this car on the left here, and that pole on the right. If you do enough runs of Yakuza 3, eventually you will see that. Eventually you will see it. It is terrible. Every Yakuza free runner that's done like 20-odd runs has seen that fight spawn at some point, both of them. Like, it's terrible. It is just a guaranteed time loss. There's nothing you can do about it. We can go back in the weapon ban now. That is something that we can do about it. But it is terrible. How's runs going? This one's going alright so far. We did have a run get to this chapter earlier, but it died to 2 fight spawns. So, fingers crossed this one goes a little better. Because so far, so good. Tamashiro didn't go too great. Rikiya did. Rikiya was fine. That time loss is due to going to Ebisu. I need to get rid of my Summer Best for Chapter 2, because we'll never catch it again now that we obviously go to Ebisu instead. But this is much more the pace that I was talking about yesterday that we should be having. Speed tech for this bit. Bones. The only one of the 4 items suggested that doesn't exist in the video game. Please don't be a fight spawn. Actually, I don't think... Yeah, walking ones can't be in Yakuza 3. What am I talking about? Sub-story's over there, look. So you can tell where it is. I love that they stop when you're in the middle of, like, a confirmation prompt as well. And tell that they're up to no good. So we speak to this guy. You're supposed to go to 2 different shops. There's 2 different shops in Ryukyu. But, fun fact, for some reason... This guy forgets that we literally talked to him 10 seconds ago, so you can just go back inside the same shop and then do it again. I believe it was Tapioca who found all of this bit, which is nice. Please no fight spawn here. Good. You can get fight spawn right here as you come out. Oh, there's that guy on the right, actually. Nani? Thankfully, I don't have to deal with him here because we're going to get asked again to find something for the dog. We're going to go with Bones again, at which point Kiryu's going to realize, well, that's futile. I just tried to get Bones, and it's going to skip past this entire bit and carry on with the story. That saves you a good, like, 45 seconds. Like, possibly more if we didn't have to go... If we had to go to both shops, that would save even more. So, now we need to reload the map. Thankfully, there's a very quick and easy way to reload the map and be in the next cutscene, which is going in and out of the Mahjong parlor. Unfortunately, we're not going to be playing Mahjong, which sucks because I love Mahjong. No fight spawn on the bridge. I don't know if it gets respawned after this cutscene. I'm not actually 100% certain on that, but for now, there shouldn't be a fight spawn on that bridge. And going in and out of shops will respawn fight spawns, but doing taxiing shouldn't, I don't believe. I might be wrong on that one. I'm not sure how it works if you get too far away in 3. If I'm being brutally honest. So. So yeah, Mitsuo's next. It's not too bad. We've got all 3 keys there, so we're doing good so far. Now time for the horrific arena bloody storyline. Alright, so we gotta go and get some clothes for Mitsuo. On the way, we're gonna be getting 2 coin locker keys. One as we leave here, which isn't all that special. All it is for a baseball bat. But we need a baseball bat for the events at the end of this chapter in Kamurocho. And we don't have the money, ironically enough, to go and buy one. The money route is very, very tight now. This is our locker key that has a baseball bat in it. Money route is very, very tight now. So we do have to be very careful. No fight spawn, good. You get a fight spawn right in the middle of this road, which sucks, because obviously, as you've seen, I'm running towards this sign right here, which has the locker key on it. No fight spawn on this corner, which is good. Is it close to the close shop? Nope. Nice. Oh, Yakuza 3 being nice with its fight spawns for once. Damn. Cool. Doesn't matter which outfit you pick here. I see the fight spawn down there. It's that guy standing over there. Not too bad. And thankfully, because we're not going in and out of a shop, that doesn't spawn in any extra fight spawns. So we know that there's no fight spawns along here. So we can be nice and reassured that we can just run straight back here, which is great. But now, they will respawn in the city. So when we go back there for this next bit after we've come back, then we have to watch out for brand new fight spawns. Just a bit after Mitsuo's bit. Baseball. Right. Baseball. Want to buy baseball skip. Want to buy baseball skip. Somebody please figure out how to skip baseball. I will pay you $50. No loading a save is not an option. I wish it was. We'll also pay for golf skip as well. I'll double the bounty. Heck golf. Heck baseball. At least the baseball minigame isn't that hard in this. It's just time consuming. Hey Malcolm, how the run's going? Pretty good, actually. Couple of small mistakes here and there with the Tamashiro fight. I almost forgot where I was going for a second there. Couple of small mistakes with the Tamashiro fight. Hit the Feel the Heat, which is a shame. Massive shame, actually. But that's easy 20 to 30 seconds of time save for the next run. And I think I also messed up a tiny thing in the Rikiya fight, if I remember rightly, so... My problem at the minute is I'm going too aggressive with my bat flurries. I need to calm it down a bit, because I'm missing hits. And hitting Feel the Heat. But hey, if I remember to, you know, fully shoot Ricardson this time, maybe we'll save some time in the next chapter. Yeah, Tamashiro, when you play this casually, Tamashiro is like the first wall. Like, Tamashiro is actually a hard boss in this game when you play this casually. Like, genuinely so. Like, he's actually really aggressive. He can hit you a bunch. No fight spawn? Thank you. Good. Again, that annoying fight spawn I talked about earlier that can be here can literally catch you before you get into this story cutscene as well. Love fight spawns positioned just before story cutscene points. It's great. But yeah, Tamashiro casually, like, and speedrun wise, is actually like kind of the first wall in the run. It's the first big wall in the actual game as well. Baseball time. Want to buy baseball skip. Trouble is, the way the Yakuza games do things, and we know this from Yakuza 0 and K1, is that the Yakuza games do not, and 4 actually, they do not let you go off the beaten path ahead of the story trigger. In terms of Yakuza 4, there's a very easy, and you can pull it off yourself, very easy story trigger skip in Saijima's last part, where you will literally accidentally go to leave the area, and if you're too close to a wall, you will accidentally miss the story trigger, which allows you to have free roam of Kamurocho when you shouldn't have it. And unfortunately, there's nothing we can do with that, which really sucks. And with Yakuza 0 and Yakuza K1, we have working out of bounds for both for their Chapter 1s, but neither lead anywhere, which is a massive, massive shame. We have tried a lot of things with both. Taichi's face here is amazing. For baseball, here what you want to do is play terribly. No joke. So every time you hit the ball, you get a cutscene. And that cutscene is longer if you do this correctly. So you actually want to play badly at this video game. Playing badly is hit the ball early or late, as you can see. It gets through the cutscene. If you hit it on time, you'll get a much longer cutscene. You might be wondering how much time this actually saves. I think we estimated it at something between 30 to 45 seconds. Because if every single ball is hit correctly, and there's 10 of them, that's an extra 4 odd seconds every single time. So, literally, it saves you a lot of time playing badly at this minigame. So, play baseball badly. That's the tip to great speedrun success. Link, thank you so very much for the raid. Hope you're doing well tonight. We had a good stream. Here comes Mame. Who teleports out of position because of us skipping the cutscene. Want to buy golf and baseball skip. Putting bouncy out on both. Thanks muchly. Remove sport. Look at me. Do I look like I do sport in real life? Remove sport. Okay, so SWAT vest key is the last thing that I need to grab. So we've got one more potential problematic part for fight spawns coming up. Yeah, skip the baseball, keep the bat. We do kind of need the bats for this run now. That's true. We also do need the bats for Yakuza 4 as well, which now is not a fun run in the slightest. Thanks, Yakuza 4. Also, Link, thank you for the 10 months. Don't know why the alert hasn't popped up yet. Give it a minute. I'll thank you again then. Stream Elements is slow today, apparently. Link, thank you so very much for the 10 months. I appreciate it. This kid is me if I go outside and I touch grass. Bye-bye. Keel over and fall over. Alright. It's almost finally story time, kind of not yet. But now we say it's time to go. So we do start up the rest of the story now. So now we're going to get back into actual speedrun stuff. But unfortunately, no, we're not, because we have to go shop with Haruka. The nice thing is, Haruka gives us a plane ticket to Tokyo, and I'm not going to walk into Akimoto, am I? Good. There's a very big set of, there's a very big sub-story on the beach right there. It is Akimoto and his sister, wife, girlfriend? I don't know with those two, but essentially, they're on the beach. They're a reoccurring sub-story through all the Yakuza games, the early ones, and a fun little cameo in Ishin as well. They will interrupt you with a big cutscene if you get too close. Here I need to be about here. I think I'm a bit too far away. Nope, that's good. So this is the SWAT body armor. This sells for like, I think 30k or something like that. Initially, I routed this into the run and it's like very, oh god, bad fight one. And it's very early pre-inception days, and then we routed it out because it was terrible and slow, and now it's back again. So Haruka's got to go shopping, so we've got to waste some time. We're supposed to go upstairs. This is us wasting time going upstairs. That's it. Good job. The quick way to leave here is the right-hand side, which is actually the scary way, because you can get more fight spawns here. So I'm going to be very careful. Not too bad so far. Okay. I don't think that guy's a fight spawn. That guy on the left is. He is. Absolutely. Yep. He's just run in the middle of the road. He won't catch us. That guy is. I don't like this. Oh, I don't like that at all. I do not like that fight spawn. It's not too hard to avoid, but you kind of have to, like, rub up against the wall, which loses you a little bit of time, because obviously you lose a little bit of your momentum. Anyway, now time for story, right? Incorrect. Here's Mac. Mac is awesome. This is Mac's introduction to the Yakuza universe. For Yakuza's 3, 4, and 5, Mac is your revelations master. In Yakuza 4, we can actually skip Mac's revelation, which is a shame, but in Yakuza 3, we cannot. Now, thankfully, it's not randomized, which is good. We love Mac. He's a legend. So, you'll also see a very familiar face if you've seen LED's new route recently. Literally also game-hopping himself, the Korean superstar, Illusion. Here he is. To be fair, to have his career still be successful from Yakuza 3 all the way to LAD, I mean, obviously he goes for a slump, that's kind of impressive. Not gonna lie. Anyway, top option. It's always top option. Always top option. So we do learn this revelation. We have to, unfortunately. If you fail that with the QCs or the actual choice, you have to redo the entire cutscene again. Bye. See you in Yakuza 4, Mac. Tai Chi's going to annoy us. Don't worry about it. My time here. It's not great. We need to go across the road real quick. We need to get interrupted by Mac. Love you, Mac. Last time he interrupts us. Look up here. We want this. Hello? Thank you. Locker key. This locker key is for a gun. Guns are important in this speedrun. So now we're going to go and open up all the lockers. So if I've got any locker keys, now is the time we'll find out. Which I shouldn't have. Nope, we're good. That's everything. So we get the expulsion. That's the same as the old route. We get the Shadow Blade. Same as the old route, because we're going to sell that. Yep. SWAT. Not SWAT. The double action revolver. That's the same as the old route. The SWAT body armor. That's new. It says what on it, not SWAT. You know, can't do copyrighted SWAT. There you go. Stand and Spark is a good recovery item, but we're going to sell that for money. We need just a little bit more. Bat. Bat. And...
Gun good through brave, Jeet and dance through brave.
I don't know what the text-to-speech was trying to say there. I'm very thoroughly confused, and I'm going to actually have to look at the message when I'm safe here. I don't actually know what the text-to-speech was trying to say in the slightest. Am I good here? I am. Rev Hang, thank you very much for the 3 months. I appreciate it. No idea what the text-to-speech was saying there. I'm losing time in this chapter. Again. And I didn't even have a fight spawn this time. This sucks. I'm just not doing well in this chapter. I'm just really not. I think it's mostly because in the old route as well, we used to take taxis in this chapter and we don't anymore. So we get introduced to most of the main antagonists of this here video game. Obviously we're not, because we're skipping through all the cutscenes. I need to do a big level up here. Our first, not our last. Tech to 4. So we want ourselves a double finishing blow. Revolver, expulsion, bat. So, revolver, expulsion, bat. Hey! This is Hasselbay. Hasselbay of the Nishikiyama family. You may have heard of them. For some reason, they're still around 2 games later. Don't know why. They won't be after this video game. We are going to be trying to clear most of these enemies with 2 bat flurries, and also potentially hit Hasselbay at the same time. We need to do some damage to Hasselbay, and Hasselbay is kind of frustrating to deal damage to, because he likes to guard. So, yeah, as Tab found out yesterday, the description for Hasselbay in this game is most dangerous man in the Tojo clan. Sure, I'll go with that. Not a good one, because not that many enemies together. Also, that's terrible angles. Wow! Well, losing time. Not happy with that. Probably not be using those. I thought they would be okay as a weapon. I need to do a little bit more damage to Hasselbay. So I think that would hit. Need a little bit more, I think. Okay, he's doing the thing, so I'm just gonna get him on the ground. I want to say that's enough. Let's find out. That's not the right gun. Also, this guy's alive, so I want to take care of him first. Actually, both alive? Ooh, terrible. Man, it's almost like my baseball bats were awful. Yeah, Hasselbay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just all of my time. All of my time. Excellent. Nice. I lost a minute yesterday as well. Okay. I do not know if that's me playing badly or just because, I mean, it is a little bit playing badly. That baseball bat was terrible. Both those baseball bats were not good. That was not good at all. I essentially just decided to try swinging on a whim and seeing how many enemies are in front of me. It turns out, not many. I think most runners actually run to, like, the side or to, like, behind the majority of them before they do their first swing. So that's what I need to start emulating. I don't know if anyone goes to the bar. I seem to remember someone going to the bar, but I can't fully remember that, so I might be wrong on that one. I wanted to test whether swinging at first would get multiple enemies and Hasselbay. No. No. So, no for the future. That's bloody terrible. But also we do less taxis in that chapter because we just don't have the money for taxis. So I think I think we're losing a little bit of time in that chapter just because of that. But with the boss fight in this chapter and the next chapter, we should be saving that time back, and then some. Because today, we're not going to mess up killing Rikiya now, are we? We're actually going to do this fight properly, aren't we? So we're going to Ebisu. We're going to go sell everything here. So all restoratives and the sword vest. So you. Not the amulet. It's very important that we don't sell the amulet. And we're here to buy 8 bats. Oh, you have to go further down. That's worth holding. As you'll see, that fills up our inventory to everything but 1 space, which is good. Equip a new bat over the used one. Alright, for bloody what's his face? Heat to level 1. So we get finishing blow, which I don't know if you've been playing around with doing that, getting that upgrade early, playing like ass for the Tamashiro fight. But I'm actually wondering about that now. Because the Tamashiro fight definitely feels like it could go faster with that, potentially. But then we lose out on double finishing blow, which, I mean, with good baseball bats, I suppose you don't really need double finishing blow. So, yeah, that's what I was thinking with the time loss. Like, there's no way we can, like, have the same kind of time. Like, just because of the fact that we do extra stuff. Like, do these on Tamashiro? Yeah, okay. I think that's sensible. I think that's smart. Do you get any of the other upgrades for Tamashiro, or just Essence of Finishing? Because obviously we don't normally, so I assume just Essence of Finishing. Now time for one of the most annoying bosses in the run, even on easy. Rikiya here is insanely aggressive, and he stuns you. I'm glad that actually worked. He's going to try and hit me. Nope. So you want to get him all the ants. Good first hit. Why am I not doing this? More? Guess who's going to use the pistol? Guess who missed? Fuck. Wait, you can shoot immediately. My dude, you know this. You have to do this against Kanda. My dude. Fucking sort it out. Fucking shoot the gun. Jesus Christ. Ricky, you don't use a bat there. Fair enough. Fair enough. Combo speed. Yeah. Actually, that's not too bad. I don't know why we weren't doing that in the old days. Because I'm still wondering about Rikiya with combos. Because if you can get both of the signs with a full combo, it should be so much faster. Like, well, not so much faster. It should be, like, almost the exact same amount of time, if not, maybe slightly faster. Like, you should not be losing time with a good Rikiya with both of those sign hits. Is what I'm trying to say. I forgot to hit that once. Whoops. Okay. So we still have our 2 shots left, which is good. Now we go do the weapon van, sell all the bats, the staff, the shadow blade, grab the key, then finish the chapter. Yeah, I don't think a bad Rikiya will lose you time over bat, sure, but let's say you miss one of the bats against Rikiya. That's also going to lose you time. Because you'll lose out on... If you miss that last hit with the base bats against Rikiya, you're going to lose that damage. So... I think it's just comparable between the two again. And, like, both ways can lose you time. Both ways are decent, and both can lose you time. And that way, if you have the extra baseball bat, you can use that for the, either the set piece in Kamurocho or before that. So... Right, we need money. So, every used bat is 2,800. Not 2,800, 280. That should be everything. Yeah. I was counting. I should have been more aware. 299 should be fine. It's very tight. The money is very, very tight. Make sure we get the key from Bantam. Cannot count the amount of times, even in the old route, I have accidentally forgotten this key at times. Well, I went the long way either. Okay, so I think I lose time in this chapter as well. But the time save we get for Kanda is going to be more than worth it. More than worth it. Because we're going to do him properly today. So, broken shotgun. Which is not actually broken, it does fire shots. It's so weird. It's a broken shotgun, but it still fires shots. 3 of them, to be precise. Amulet, and then we finish chapter. But if we do Kanda right, we should be saving like a minute and a half at the very least in that chapter, provided the rest goes well, of course. Cool. One's back there and one more casualty taxi. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Because I definitely think I'm losing a lot of time in chapter 4 to not being able to taxi. Okay, I'm not losing too much time here. That's not too bad. I was expecting to lose a bit more time. Yeah, I was expecting to lose a bit more time than that. I'm okay with that. Okay, so 2 full bats for the park fight. Which we only want to use 2 flurries for that. Kiri, just take the jacket off, my dude. Your shirt color is exactly the same. Too many X button presses. Oh. God, I hate this bit in the remaster with how many extra pedestrians you have spawn in. Oh, yeah, like, I think I went in the wrong way in the first there, like... I absolutely hate this bit in the remaster. Just so many extra pedestrians. I don't pass where to go quick enough. It should not be that far to the right, though. For those who don't know, if you hit any pedestrians in this bit, you get staggered backwards, and then that happens. That's why I hate this bit in particular. And unfortunately, unlike the rest of the game, panning the camera backwards, because you can, doesn't actually despawn civilians in this bit. The one bit where it would also really help to be able to despawn civilians is the one bit you can't despawn civilians. Much appreciated, Yakuza 3. Appreciate that. But we should still, despite that, we should still save a bunch of time in this chapter if I do it correctly. And that's it. Try not to push Date too far away, because he'll try and rectify his, like, pathing when he gets to corners, and that is not good. Should be behind him here, but... Oops, not like that. See? Come on. God damn it. I did that too early. Whoops, I thought I was at the later bit. Also, you can run here for some reason. Date is just so slow. Ah, and Date. Should also be panning the camera down for less NPCs to get in Date's way. But I like touching him when he gets to these corners, because I usually mess him up a little bit. This is the bit I thought. What was that? Oh, Date. It almost feels like it's not actually worth trying to push Date in this bit, considering the fact that he's running. Just any mistakes will lose you time here rather than gain that much time. So. Come on, Date. That place called Superbug? Oh, Super Lounge. I thought I said Superbug. Well, like, hell yeah, I'll have a Super Burger. Let's go. Haven't had a good burger in a hot minute, actually. Ugh, this pathing, these NPCs. Come on, Date. Date, no! I'm gonna pan the camera earlier here so that hopefully, yeah, I don't spawn as many, but I did that too early. Come on, Date. Oh my god. I should pan the camera. No, I should not. I have fucked this up royally. Date, come on! Oh my god. This is why it's important to despawn civilians, folks. Holy shit, that was terrible. Come on, Date. Come on, Date. There you go. Come on, Date. Good. Or at least run in front of him so that, you know, people get out of the way. Danny, for sure. Thank you very much for the Prime Gaming. I appreciate it. Fuck Date. Thanks, Date. This, at least it's easy time save next time. Quotation marks. Just don't fuck up the Kanda fight. Okay, so 2 full bats I need to equip. But these are all of our antagonists for the video game. Kanda, Mine, Hamazaki. You won't actually get to see Hamazaki in the speedrun. There is no story boss fight with Hamazaki, unfortunately. Has yet to begin his redemption arc. Heck you, Hamazaki. Piece of shit. Anyway. Let's go fight Kanda. Let's go fight Kanda. Fortunately, we have a lot of these voice cutscenes to skip here. We've got another one when we get outside of Serena with old Rikiya. Thank you, Ricky. Please be nice later. Appreciate it. I like how Kiryu's trying to get him to go to the Millennium Tower and he still misses completely. For this bit, it's always the bottom option. That's the correct one. Now, this bit we pan down to see if this fight spawns here, but unfortunately Taichi spawns in all the civilians. I don't think there is any fight spawn there, from the looks of things, before this happened. So we should be fine. Thanks, Taichi. I like going to the right here, just because it's a lot easier to get through. Like, look at how many civilians there are on screen right now. This is one of the nice things about the remasters, is that because of the extra processing power, it does spawn in more civilians. But the downside in speedrunning is the fact that it spawns in more civilians. So, you know, gotta deal with that. Should be good here. Yeah. Now, we just be very careful when running through this bit. There's usually not any here. There can be, but usually not. It's the bit after this bit that worries me. Wondering why I'm panning the camera up to see if there is anyone ahead of me when going to the store, which, no, we're good. No, we're good. Cool. Okay, so make sure I equip those bats. It's 2 flurries for this one. 2 flurries? Yeah, 2 flurries. Good old karaoke songs in the background. Let's make sure I do the bats before we do the fight. Oh, I had to run forward. Shit, I forgot. More time loss. Good.
Yeah.
Too busy reading notes, making sure I don't mess up the rest of this. Okay. Yeah, Pascal, thank you very much for the gifted sub. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well tonight. Hope the Act 6 runs have been going well. Okay, so bats. Bats, bats, bats. Yeah, just the one, right? No, 2. 2, idiot. Jesus Christ. You just said 2. You have an empty revolver. This isn't yesterday. Holy shit. Good God. Why would you ruin the 1-11-11? Why would you ruin that? Okay, I'll use my right D-pad first. Doesn't matter too much if we hit the guy in the middle because we can just heat attack him down, but he is a pain in the ass like that. It's these 2 that I really want gone, which I missed both of them, which is a shame. Okay, I didn't have to use a heat attack, I guess. It's not awful. Would have liked to have just not, you know, used a flurry if possible, but yeah. But Nishino is a pain in the ass. He can just interrupt you completely. You don't have to focus him too much in the fight, because if he lives, you just do a heat attack by grabbing him and throwing him into the tree. That's how we used to deal with him the old-fashioned way, so if bats, for some reason, don't take care of him, just do that. Wrap the man around the tree, and there we go. No problem. Alright, so this should be where my big time save comes from. This next boss fight and set piece. So, this is the bit I need to do correctly. Yes, yes, Rikiya, I know. So, let's do this correctly, shall we? We did it semi-correctly yesterday. We just need to shoot faster this time. Actually shoot faster this time. Okay. So, for the first hallway, we're going to use the other bat. Clear all these guys out. Shame. Wish I was a little closer for that last hit, but well, never mind. So 603, 406, 704 are the floors that we want to go to find Kanda. These doors are always fixed, which is nice. Very, very happy they're not randomized. We will never be going to floor 5, so ignore floor 5 completely. Do not let the healing item that is on that floor tempt you. And the first one is this one. So we used to use the staff's heat action to get past Kanda, but obviously we have sold that at this point. You would think that we would use a baseball bat, but no, we have very limited baseball bat hits left. So instead what we do is grab this fire extinguisher. That's late. I'm actually surprised he didn't hit me. Let's get it, please. Down the... God damn it. Down to floor 4. God damn it, every time. On 406, which is this one at the very end. And once again, we're going to do the exact same thing. Thankfully, the game drops your fire extinguisher automatically here, because this one's almost empty. Actually drops it, like, in the middle of the corridor for some reason. Don't know why. But, got fire extinguisher. We're good. Please. Please. Actually got through the whole sofa. That was nice. Oh, my God. I pushed it too far. And floor 7. Where we want the last room, which is 703. Or 4 even. This one. Cool. Okay, so broken shotgun, expulsion, and bats. So broken shotgun, expulsion, and bats. Okay, so flurry, broken shotgun, heat action. And then just do the thing. Shit, I fucked it up. Fucked it up. I fucked it up. Never mind. Oh well, at least the fight's over. At least the fight's over. But I fucked it up again. Oh, well. Almost. That counted? Way too long. Well, actually, I had to run over and do... I don't know if I had to do the heat attack or what. Thank you very much for the host. I appreciate it. Watch me shoot this man. I'm out of ammo. Shit. Watch me now punch this man. Watch me lose this fight. Man. Went for him. Yeah. Yeah, timing is rough. I keep saying that one is a one that can actually like lose you a bunch of time. But thankfully, I'm still going to save time in this because that's still faster than my PB. So, still okay. But yeah, Executive, thank you very much for the host. Hope you had a good stream today. Also, hi Tap, hope you're doing well. But yeah, that's a shame. That's a massive shame. This run's been okay, not like super amazing. Pretty much mistakes in every boss fight, so still plenty of time save here and there. And as said earlier, I want to start changing to using Essence of Finishing against Tamashiro, because there's so much downtime, as you can see in a bat fight Tamashiro, that having Essence of Finishing will make that way faster. And then I think I might do like playing like Ass does and just buy one less bat to be able to taxi around Okinawa. Submission on Tamashiro, yeah. Yeah, when we were doing it earlier, I was trying stomping on Tamashiro, and we still have the problem that Tamashiro doesn't get up straight away. So the mistake I made was I stomped on Tamashiro, immediately flurried, and Tamashiro is just like, okay, and just doesn't get up for the entire thing. So I almost pressed the wrong button there. I would have been upset. If I bet so you miss one tax, go about 1 second it's worth. Yeah, fair. But I'm still thinking, like, the way that playing like Ass does it is combo speed level up pre-Rikiya, and then essence of finishing for Tamashiro, and then just combo Rikiya like we used to. Which, honestly, I think that a good combo Rikiya using the damage of both of those signs is still going to be as fast as baseball bats. Like, both of them can fail horribly. Okay, repair all guns, or reload all guns, not repair. Unfortunately, we have to do this manually each time, which is a shame. Okay, 100k, we've got more than enough, we're good. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Spreadsheet, oh hell yeah. Once again, spreadsheet is the best for speedrunning. Actual hard math. Love that. Don't love hard math after speaking to HMRC for 4 hours today. Fuck customs, Jesus Christ. All it was an admin error. Jesus Christ. Ugh. For those who don't know, after what I said yesterday, HMRC put a fine of £360 on my taxes for an admin error of them not getting in time and them not doing... That's a bad fight spawn. I hate risking this one, but it's a large lad, so it's fine. They put 360 quid fine on my taxes, on top of my taxes for this year, because they thought my taxes that I filed... I had to file 3 paper taxes and 1 digital tax for the thing that I'm trying to do, and they thought that the paper taxes didn't get in until the middle of February, when the limit is the end of January before you get fined. We have proof, because we obviously sent them in via recorded delivery, which is what you should always do with important documents, that they actually got to HMRC in the middle of January. So they thankfully removed that fine. So, thank God. That took a long time to figure out. And then I got to talk to them about other stuff as well, which is nice. Because essentially what I'm trying to do is... I'm trying to do a class 2 with... And here's the weird thing. I'm trying to pay them more money. I'm trying to pay them more money and more taxes, but on my national insurance, so that I can predate some of my... what'd you call it? Fuck, pension? Whatever the fuck it is. But by using a class 2, I can pay a little bit more on my taxes for the past 2-3 years and put that towards my national insurance. Oh god. Okay, good. That way, I will get a bit of a better pension when I'm older, which is important. But it does require me to pay more money to HMRC, which I'm okay with. I'm just not okay with the extra 360 quid fine for them telling me my taxes were late when they were not. My taxes were actually on time. Yeah. Thank you very much. Student loan? I want to talk about student loan. Fuck student loan. 50k worth of debt that's never getting paid off. Because here's the thing, is like at the minute I don't earn enough from streaming to pay taxes. I actually might this year. It's very close. I need to actually work it out. Hey, this is gonna be a nice time save. It's gonna be a very nice time save actually. There you go, minute and a half. Can still do that better. Do a better candor. But I think I actually might earn enough to actually be paying proper taxes this year. I've paid taxes like for the previous 2 years for my national insurance, but I want to pay more for my pension in the future. So I think this year is going to be proper taxes on top of that tax and the other tax that I'm doing. So that's why the fine was a bit confusing. Was just, we definitely got it in time. And this is why you keep records, folks. Whenever you have to send in important paper documents, make sure you do it recorded delivery. It might be a bit of a bigger expense to you, but then you get actual proof of when they've received it. Very important. Is my menu here? 2 flurries, explosive shotgun, and 1 bat. Explosive shotgun. Expulsion. Which should still be on. Ooh, not you. Yeah, top, which is good. Okay. So we should be good. Bottom option, bottom option, bottom option. Good. So 2 flurries, change to expulsion, shoot. Heat, repeat. So do the actual thing this time, my dude. Alright, can I get good pushes like yesterday? I had such good magma pushes yesterday. That's not a good push. This is great. I don't like pushing him here for some reason. Like, I feel like I keep pushing him backwards there. This is terrible. Try aiming camera up again, because that's how I did it before. It's a little better. There we go. That's the shit. I hate pushing him during that, but I'm not going to try and push my way backwards, because that's just going to get him out of the way. Come on. There you go. I won't start going down here before I push him again, so I don't do a date again and just push him away from his AI line. Okay, so bats on right D-pad, remember that. I usually put my bats on left D-pad, but they're on right D-pad today, so I need to remember that. So right D-pad first, and then expulsion, which is up D-pad. No. I could just flurry out of that. I don't know why I like try and guard that. Hey, now? I don't like that. Do not like that at all. Well, that's a shame. That's going to make this fight pretty bad. How many shots the expulsion is it? Am I stupid? Fuck, I am. No, all of it. Oh, that's a terrible fight. Yeah. Hey, I'm just going to have to feel the heat. I'm just going to have to. I fucked it up. I'm just going to have to. It's whatever. Yeah. Just take the time loss. I'm still going to save some time, but just take the time loss. Just take it. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. I keep forgetting we use the... Yeah, we use all the expulsion, right? Wait. Yeah, because we use broken and... We use the broken and the revolver on Lao Karlong. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I forgot to split. I don't know why I'm losing my marbles here. Yeah, because we use the broken first, 1 shot plus heat, then all the revolver on Lao Karlong. That's the one. I don't know why for some reason I had in my head that we used the expulsion on Lao Karlong for a second there, but holy hell. Because that's the way we always do Majima outside of the baseball bat. So, I don't know what the fuck I'm thinking at the moment. Okay, either way, not too bad. Shouldn't be too bad at this point. Just change this note up a tiny bit. So I can see a typo there. Cool. Okay. So this is where we have to go and put all that stuff in the item box. Always the bottom option, my dude. Know this by now. So if I can get better positioning this time, I know I can save some time in the chapter. Ew, bad movement. Oh my god. My movement is terrible. I've said that many times. My movement is just terrible. I've never done the PS3 games movement that well, to be honest. Still don't know why my alerts are so loud today. Okay, so item box. Give me 2 seconds while I focus here. So you, and you. What the fuck am I doing? Cool. So that's everything but the shotgun, the revolver, the amulets, and the bats that we have remaining. Oblivion, thank you for the 10 months, I appreciate it. Okay, not one panning here, there's no civilians here. Like, I can't run in a straight line in the PS3 games. I can't in the Dragon Engine games either, but it's even worse in the, in these ones. I do want to equip 3 bats. Cool. So, 2 flurries for the first one. Hopefully we can get better positioning this time. I know Kura goes in the park. I'm actually just going to do it from here. Now I understand why. Yeah, come over here, y'all. That was terrible. I'm just like, you know, getting them, you know, softened up a bit. Shame if I could hit this guy as well. That wouldn't have been the worst. But it's not that good. Oh, please hit me, Kiryu. Thank you. If I was near a wall, I could use the heat attack. Oh, for fuck's sake. Awful. Awful. Okay. Purple guy time. Which thankfully we don't need the gun for. Ugh, terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Hopefully we don't miss hits on the purple guy. If we miss hits on the purple guy, this is going to be painful. So... I think I used my left D-pad one. I definitely used my up D-pad, so that's the next one I use. You can see from there which one I still have remaining. Yeah, I did use one of them. Kiryu, why? What the actual fuck did you go backwards for? Holy shit! I do not know why Kiryu went backwards there. No, I want the bike. Fuck off. Never mind, because this guy is just so aggressive. On the ground, asshole. Now I'm getting the bike. Fuck you. Can't interrupt me when I'm in the middle of picking it up. Awful. I'm gonna lose time in this chapter. Oh, that's bad. That may have just killed the run. May have just killed the run, we'll see. Ugh. I did not kill the thing. God damn it. My timing is messed up. Cool. Gotta hope that's not heat. Should be. Yeah. Oh, that's terrible. That's not good. We'll know where we sit after Ricky Mask. Make sure we actually do the proper combo this time. Hey, look at that. Great, thanks. Appreciate getting kicked like that. Boy, y'all. Bringing the gun in just in case. Absolutely bringing the gun in just in case. Hello, sir. Because I know what happened the other day. Get hacked on my dude. Better. Much better. Good. Good. The only good part of what just came out of any of that. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay. I always do that. Always mess up one of my hits. Okay. Cool. So, we need obviously the gun for the bike guy. Rest of this is just as it was until we get to the last guy. Which again, we'll be taking spare gun just in case. You're forgetting that guy has that kind of reach. That guy has amazing reach, to be fair. We'll play to him. No. I don't know about you. I think that one only requires a single light strong, so I might be doing that way too late. Okay, couple of hit rounds again. Gun from these guys. Yeah, again, I'm doing way too long condos there. I don't need to do that much. Please don't hit me, thank you. And you too. Okay. So, expulsion, not expulsion, broken revolver, and back. Excuse me. Bring in the gun just in case. The bat's on right D-pad, my dude. Just remember that. Okay, that's not great. I need to bring the other gun in, didn't I? Isn't it one... Shit, I can't remember. It's like one shotgun shot, right? Or is it two? It's two, yeah. Because you only need one for Lao Karlong. Yeah, it's one for Lao Karlong, that's right. How am I forgetting the route from before? Like, that's the thing that's getting me right now. It's not like the new stuff that's getting me. It's the old stuff. Do this into the heat attack, into the revolver. That's Lao Karlong, yeah. Yeah, like, how am I getting mistaken with the old stuff? Yeah. Jeez. How am I? Wow. I'm also surprised I'm saving time, considering how terrible that chapter was. Cool. Hey, T-Chops, how you doing? How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. I'm not doing well. I'm capitulating this speedrun, even though I'm ahead of time. Hey, let's play Blackjack correctly today. If I mess Blackjack up 2 days in a row, I swear to God. I'm not running Yakuza 3 again for a month.
Yeah.
I'm the exact same problem. Because, like, when you get to the red guy there, it's the exact same thing as the previous route, but instead you either use a gun that you bring in or a baseball bat, and then you use the 2 shots from the shotgun, just like that. So, why is it the old stuff that should be exactly the same as the stuff that we're forgetting? Like, it should be the new stuff that we're not remembering, but it's the old stuff. Yakuza 3 sucks. Yakuza 3 sucks, yo. Okay, get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of you. I'm still not sure how I feel about this route. I do find it funny that Yakuza 3 is the one run that has gotten all of the improvements that have made all the other runs better. In guns, in bats, in... I hate to say it, gambling. I don't exactly say that's an improvement. Alright, let's not mess this up today, for the love of God. I can literally save a minute in this entire chapter if I don't fuck this up. Yes, please. Yes, please. Time to play black. Okay. Right. I still don't remember the science behind this bit. I don't know whether it's like better to wait a turn to use this or not. So 1, 2, 3. Please don't give me round 6 again. 4. Five. Don't you do it, please. Thank you. Okay, now anytime.
But is there gamble any more terrifying than Trickster's top hat?
Maybe. Yakuza 4. The entirety. There we go. Good. The entirety of Yakuza 4. And he didn't blackjack. Good. Okay. And again, don't mess this up. There you go. Good job. Holy shit. Now you can quit. Wow. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's so weird how this run has now become, you know, like, the way that bats work in this game is not how bats work in Yakuza 4, which is so bizarre, because I definitely think that bats have made Yakuza 4's run, like, way worse in a lot of ways. A lot faster, which is nice, but it is just baseball bats. It's still better than Lost Judgment speedrun. Still way better than Lost Judgment speedrun. It's way better than Dead Souls and Fists of the North Star as well. I think this is probably going to be, for me, better than 4's run, at least. Like, for me, Fists of the North Star is just the worst. It's just terrible. It's just, like, without a shadow of a doubt, the worst. Dead Souls is above that, because Dead Souls is terrible. I honestly think Lost Judgment would be above that. Like, Lost Judgment's not great. Then I think 4, especially if I don't text skip through this. And Lost Judgment. Lost Judgment is essentially press R2 and then press triangle a bunch. If something goes wrong in a fight, do it again. Like, I've complained about different runs in the past, but Lost Judgment really is just do EX mode. Like, there's not actually... There's obviously a little bit of, like, strategy to obviously, like, getting the enemy together, but the fact that Yagami's EX move has AoE attached to it is even worse. It's not good. It's actually not good. Like, it's actually not good. I have 3,000 monies there. I could probably taxi here or there, actually. Oh, no, I guess... No, because we don't get the money until we go to Kamurocho. That's right. So I can't. Okay. Lost Judgment's any % bad. Kaito File's good. Kaito File's very good. Good. I kind of was wondering why I didn't have full money there, but of course we sell the bats as well, don't we? Yeah. So it should be fine. Yeah, it should be fine. Lost Judgment is just EX mode. There's not much in terms of thinking about it. It's terrible. At least with, like, Yakuza 4, at least with this, at least with Zero, you have a lot of actual things that you need to do in fights. And the whole thing as well is that, like, a lot of the fights that got, like, obviously, like, baseball bats or shotguns or gambling, they all actually improve the run in a lot of ways, whereas Lost Judgments doesn't really. Like, thinking on it objectively, like, the more time I spend away from Lost Judgments 80%, the more I realize it's just not great. And so there's a run for Judgment. I'm biased with OG Judgment's run. I think it's one of the better runs, but if I was to remove my bias for OG Judgment, I think it's one of the middle of the pack runs. Too much downtime in the middle. It's better than Ishin's because of the fact that you can obviously do a lot more with the combat with juggling and stuff, but it's middle of the pack. If I'm not being biased, it's middle of the pack for sure. Do I sell first? I don't remember. Either way, I'm selling. Bat explosion. There's the money. It's much too much like Ishin in there's way too much downtime in the middle. It's very, very good. The actual good parts of the run are very good, but there's too much downtime in the middle. It is on the longer side, being 5 hours as well, and the downtime is way, way, way too long. Like, the first chapter is a fifth of the entire speedrun. Despite that, it's also one of the busier chapters, which is the weirder thing to say. Like, saying that a chapter that is a fifth of the entire speedrun also has most of the stuff to do is really weird to, like, actually say out loud, but it is. It's just the middle of the game. It's kind of like every RGG game from that era, like 5, like Ishin, like Judgment. All the middle parts of that game just take too long. Like, again, you've got, as you probably know from finishing Judgment, the tail segments. The tail segments add about 30 minutes to the speedrun. Which, that's just hot garbage right there. Shoutouts to Lost Judgment's Kaito files with actual speed tech in the tail segment. Good job to Duncan for finding those. You guys expecting more? No, there's actually a little bit of speed tech to them where you can interrupt some animations to make them faster. And the remaster, would you believe the remaster actually makes a couple of them faster? Only by a little bit, like 20 seconds to each one. Just concentrate on my shots here. Good. I didn't miss a shot. I don't want to miss any shots there. Hey, look, time save. Good. Jeez. Didn't mess up blackjack. Okay, so as long as Ricky Mask doesn't lose me 2 minutes, which I'm not going to put it past him, we should PB today, hopefully. Downside is my finale does have perfect gun math, so I just need to concentrate for the finale. Everything else should be fine. Yeah, tail segments are about 30 minutes, and as you probably were aware, in chapter 9, when you go fight Tashiro, you've got the 2 time waiting segments. You've got the time waiting segment at the start to go to Yoshinoya Kikunoa, outside of the city, and then you've got the time waiting segment for the wiretaps. Both of those time waiting segments are 180 seconds long, and there's obviously a third one in the first chapter. So, in total, you have 3 time waiting segments that might not be as long as Zero's, but, and this goes to the discourse all over Twitter at the minute about, you know, glitches and exploits ruin speedruns. If we didn't have the exploits or the glitches that we do, Yakuza 0 would have 20 minutes of time waiting segments. So Yakuza 0 is so much better than Judgment because of the fact that it doesn't have those time waiting segments at all. Like, Yakuza 0 has great tech to get past those, like, time waiting segments. But in the Dragon engine, as Tap found out, there is a way to skip them, just not in any percent. Unfortunately, you have to preload a save, and then it doesn't work. It doesn't work the same way that it works in Yakuza 0, in that if you go into the bit and do the minigame, you have to preload a save, and then load that save, or load up a different save, and that counts the time that you've done it when you load up that other save. So, it's so weird. It doesn't fully work the same way that it does in the old engine. So, the time waiting segments that are in Judgment are far worse than Zero's, because Zero can just obliterate them completely, which is great. So Judgment is great for... Judgment's great for boss fights. You shouldn't be getting hit by the EX attacks, but the EX attacks themselves add that whole flavor to it. Judgment Legend is by far the hardest speedrun I've ever done in my life. Like, if you survive an EX attack in Judgment Legend, you are left with literally less than 1/10 of your HP bar, depending on, like, HP upgrades you have at the time. Like, if you survive it somehow, you are dead. Simple as that. We had one run 20 minutes ahead where we had to do an entire chapter, the Hon Maruen on Fire chapter, without getting hit. And we managed to do that. Which, that was fucking terrifying. Did not deserve to be in that run that died. That hurt so much. I somehow have a deathless, almost deathless entire... As soon as the finale starts in Judgment, I have a deathless finale on Legend on that first run. The first, like, 13 chapters were absolute dog shit. But that final chapter was deathless. I can't run against that. It's so hard. It really is. But essentially, Judgment wins points for, one, being hard, because of, obviously, the actual mortal wound system. Loses points, a lot of points, due to all of the downtime. Tail segment's bad, obviously. The general downtime to the game in the middle, also bad. And then, obviously, the time waiting segment's bad. Combat good. Combat varied. Not... It's gonna sound weird. If we're talking casually, Lost Judgment combat is way better. When you eventually play Lost Judgment, you'll immediately feel how better it is. Did you feel with early Judgment, and I'm wondering about this because you've obviously got fresh eyes on it. Did you feel when you started Judgment that your combo speed was really, really slow? Because it is, on purpose. Lost Judgment doesn't start you on low combat speed. It gives you the fastest combat speed at the start, which is fantastic. Don't you fuck me, Ricky Mask. I need you to behave, my friend. See, I saw you doing that. You're gonna dodge, aren't you? Oh my god, Ricky Mask! Good time. I did it early! I did it early, I'm stupid! It's not Ricky Mask's fault, it's my fault! I tried to hit Mikio! Could you do that again in like 10 seconds? Oh my god. Could you do that combo again? Do that combo again? Thanks, Mudded. Appreciate it. See, that's the one bit that's supposed to lose you time in this fight. Although the drop kicks can also be a problem. Oh my god. You know what I'm considering doing? It's that early because I thought he was instantly going to get up. I'm considering doing that where I throw him to the ground. Oh, please. Oh, you can't heat attack when they're attacking, by the way. I hate Ricky Mask. For that drop kick, I'm considering throwing him to the ground so that he's on the ground for a free drop kick. When he's getting up, there's a period where he can't guard and you can hit him with a drop kick. It's like what I just fucked up a couple of times. It's great in a lot of ways. Yeah, Lost Judgment fixes that. Lost Judgment fixes that from the start, which is nice. But that's also another factor towards Judgment's speedrun, is that you start very, very slow. So... So yeah, I have a big bias towards Judgment Speedrun because I really like it, but if you took that bias away, it's middling. The things that really do save it are the fact that the combat is fantastic. Like, from the beginning of the game, you will be using a lot of juggling from the very start to keep bosses essentially juggled for as long as possible, which requires you to style swap at the apex of your combo, and just gives it a little bit more depth than, say, well, especially Lost Judgment, but it gives it a lot more depth than just doing the same combos over and over, because during the speedrun we get access to a couple of different launchers, and obviously different bosses have different ways they react to some of the launchers, so some of them work better for some bosses, and then obviously you try and keep a boss launched as long as possible, which the game doesn't like you doing that, but you can do it for quite a while. And the nice thing about Judgment's combat over Lost Judgment's combat is that you don't get punished for juggling bosses. In Lost Judgment, you do. So Lost Judgment loses a lot of points for that as well. Lost Judgment loses points in general. Lost Judgment wins points for the fact that, one, there's nothing that the game makes you stop for. So with Lost Judgment, you will not be having any time waiting segments. I will not be walking to the sub-story. You will not be having any money walls or anything like that. Lost Judgment's best thing in the speedrun is the fact it wants you to play the video game. It's the reason why Lost Judgment speedrun is only, like, less than 2.5 hours. Like, it's less than half the time of Judgments. So Lost Judgment wins points for being fast, but the combat is just press EX and then triangle. That's it. If something goes wrong in the fight, do it again. Like, that's the strat. Some bosses have a bit more strats, like essentially first phase you want to do a juggle launcher to get enough like damage onto them, and then the second phase is, would you believe it, charge EX attacks. So Lost Judgment's run is unfortunate. It's unfortunate in that it's probably the most simple RGG run. Like, if I think about it objectively, get biases aside, I think that Lost Judgment is the most simple RGG run. And I don't think that's really up for much debate. Is Lost Judgment Legend better? I need to do it. I do owe a Legend run, owe a Legend run thanks to charity rewards, so I do need to do that at some point soon. I went the wrong way. I think the impressions are it would also be a lot of EXing. But the thing is, the downside again to it over Judgment is that Judgment has the Mortal Wound system. So Judgment's Legend run has that fear of you will die, whereas Lost Judgment is just... Lost Judgment isn't bad because you get a free massive damage counter. So in some ways Legend will be way more manageable. Way more manageable. Which also kind of loses some of the appeal of Legend to me personally. Like, the reason why I like doing Legend runs for games like this is because those Legend runs are bloody hard. Like, I say that Judgment Legend is probably the hardest RGG speedrun. I still need to try some of the others. Like, again, with K1 Legend, you have to... For K1's run, in general, we have to beat Majima in Chapter 2, which... That's been routed out really nicely. So, with K1's Majima in Chapter 2, it's not too hard of a fight. It seems like it's a hard fight, but it's actually not too hard. There's a rhythm to it, it can go wrong, much like any other speedrun stuff. But with K1 Legend, you also have to beat Majima. And the strats change up a lot. And Big Nono's actually done a lot of routing to do that Majima fight. And it's actually, having watched it for, like, submission verification, that fight is actually really cool on Legend. But it's also very hard, and you still have to beat that fight on Legend. So, I say that Judgment Legend is, like, the hardest run. I can't say that until I've done, like, obviously all of them. This game on Legend might actually be really hard. I don't know. I know Metza's, if you want to see, like, Yakuza Legend run, Metza's done a bunch of Metza's done the PS3 Yakuza runs on Legend. Probably the worst Legend run out of all of them is LAD. And that's just because it's unfortunate, because the way that LAD is structured is that you can't pick difficulties from a fresh file. You can only do LAD's difficulties from New Game Plus. So, obviously in a New Game Plus run, you're gonna want to be maxed out. For PC LAD runs, we have the advantage of having a save already pre-made by, I can't remember if it was Meta or Notaku, that has literally, like, all the best weapons, all max level, certain characters, Ichi having had all the skill books on them to have max stats. So for the PC version, it's easy to just get that, like, save as a resource and just do that run. But it does turn the run into just use essences. And it's kind of the same with... That's a bad fight. Oh my god, I haven't messed this fight up this badly in a while. It's kind of the same as... It's worse than Zero Legend, because Zero Legend you'd still use, like... stuff like the Zap Gun, for example, and it would be actually be different than, obviously, the any %. But LED New Game Plus is just press start. Like, you figure out the best essences for the best fights. You have everybody with their equipment pre-equipped before the run, so you have the Hariti's Amulet on for no fight encounters. The good thing about LED's New Game Plus run is it gives you the very basic route, as in the basic move route. So you'll basically get from that where you're supposed to go around the city. Obviously, the any %, it's not fight spawn, is it? The any % has obviously a bit more movement to it so that we can get, like, obviously materials for weapons and stuff, so it's a little different in that regard. But the very basic route you will get if you do LAD New Game Plus. And the other benefit is, of course, that it's not a 4-hour-long run. Like, the nice thing about New Game Plus LAD is that it's only about an hour and a half. You cut down the time massively. That's a fight spawn. So that's a good aspect of LAD's New Game Plus. So there's good things and bad things to, like, most of the New Game Pluses, but... So combo speed felt cinematic and just really cool. They play on base PS... Yeah, base PS4 Judgment sucks. Like, going from base... Because the weird thing is, Judgment on base PS4 has its FPS unlocked. It's really weird, but it only ever goes up to 30. It drops, obviously, as you've seen, but it doesn't feel... It's really weird, because, you know, having played these games from the start, I'm not an FPS snob at all, but base, I can't go back to base Judgment on PS4. I could not. I genuinely could not. It's rough. Like, even just having it at 60 FPS helps wonders for the fact that you start so slow. Like... I'm not even kidding you. In Legend difficulty runs on Judgment, we intentionally get combo speed early because you're just so slow. Like, you literally will die if you don't get combo speed. It's ridiculous. Very cinematic. On the subject of Judgment, QTEs, shout outs to the final boss where in the middle of it, RGG decide to flex for 2 minutes with an unskippable, like, actual cinematographic, like, action scene. Am I complaining about it? No, I am not. It's phenomenal, but oh my god. RGG just decides, we're gonna flex. Alright. Alright. Sure. It's so good. It's so good. I'm very biased to Judgment. I love Judgment a lot, but I am very biased to it. So, jeans would rip on that glass. Absolutely. I see, so the only one that felt really bad to you was 6. So the problem with 6 on base PS4, as PS Calendar now knows how I felt when I first started running it, the PS4 version, and this is so weird, in terms of the Dragon Engine games on PS4 and PS4 Pro, PS4 Pro ones will always run better by default. Like, they'll always be a little bit smoother, even if they're not like that changed FPS-wise. But the one that is massively different is 6. Because for some reason, 6's performance on base PS4 and PS4 Pro is massively different. Go and take a look at... Words are hard. Go and take a look at footage from base PS4 Yakuza 6 and PS4 Pro Yakuza 6, and you'll immediately notice that PS4 Pro Yakuza 6 has no screen tearing. So already, PS4 Pro Yakuza 6 is looking like it's running more smoothly. Like, it's not, like, choppy, it's not, like, losing frames. And then, obviously, base PS4 Yakuza 6 is losing frames. So, there's a lot of... Oh, God, it's you. It's the fight spawn. It's him. He's finally here. Oh, God. That's why I warned you about that fightable. The base PS4 Yakuza 6 sucks. Outright, it sucks. It's terrible. And base PS4 Judgment is somewhat similar. Like, Judgment on a PS4 Pro doesn't have, like, less screen tearing or anything like that. It just feels a bit smoother, even though, again, it's still locked to 30. It's just an unlocked 30. But it's just that on a PS4 Pro, you don't have the same kind of effects that drop... Well, you do have the same kind of effects, but you don't have the same kind of strain that the effects have that it does on base PS4. It's the same as Yakuza 6. If you've ever thought to yourself, going from Yakuza 6 on PS4 to K2 on PS4, or anything else, actually, you might think to yourself, did I try and do that? Oh my god, what the fuck? You might think to yourself that Yakuza 6 looks better than K2. It does. If you look, especially go and look at the Little Asia fights near the end of the game, and the visual effects you get in the actual fights, not just the cutscenes, but the actual fights themselves. If you've ever seen any of the Yakuza 6 fights start with like a punch or anything like that, and you see that like the characters have like a bunch of like particles of like blood and like sweat and stuff, that goes mysteriously missing from everything after Yakuza 6. For the most part, there's a couple still in the games, but there's a lot more particle play in Yakuza 6, and it's kind of the same with Judgment. I wonder whether, because for those who know, obviously the remaster for Judgment gets rid of the filter the OG Judgment had. I wonder whether that filter hit the FPS. I wonder whether that's most of Judgment's problems on base PS4. Like, I wonder whether that's the majority of it. It's obviously still running on ailing hardware at that point. But there's definitely something in OG Judgment that makes it run really bad on base PS4. As PS Carter says, Lost Judgment runs way better on base PS4, which is nice. Which again, I also wonder whether that was partially down due to also porting it to Xbox. Like, I wonder whether having the Xbox One version alongside, they also had to, like, make sure it ran well on that, and then obviously had the development of that happening at the same time. More in-house RGG ports, please, though. Less Q-Lock. Although, ironically enough, again, I give Q-Lock credit for the PC ports of 3, 4, and 5. Whilst 4 may only be the faster one due to, obviously, the controller skip, at the very least, 3, 4, and 5 are locked 60. As kind of weird as that is, 3, 4, and 5 don't need more than 60 FPS. And they work really well. So, I actually pick it up. I would also say that as far as gameplay goes, it's much better than Judgment's. The start, I will fully say again, quite biased in this, casually, because I do think speedrun-wise, Judgment OG over Lost Judgment any day of the week. Lost Judgment casually as well starts way more fun than Judgment. I'm just gonna say this outright to give you some hope. Lost Judgment has one tailing segment. That should tell you enough about how much they learned from Judgment to Lost Judgment. That's all you need to know. Time to go shoot Kazma's brother. I'm gonna lose time. Holy shit. I just looked at my splits. Holy shit, I'm about to lose an insane amount of time. This is bad. Which is my gun that I haven't reloaded yet? I keep doing this every time I do this run. I keep forgetting the gun. Is it up D-pad or is it right D-pad? It's one of the two. I never cycle my D-pad buttons correctly. You would think proper speedrunners who are sensible will cycle their guns left D-pad, up D-pad, right D-pad, or some similar thing, like right, up, left. Oh, he's here. The bad fight spawn. Oh my god, he's right there. Max HP lost the fucking fret mechanic. Nope. Nope. Please shoot fast, Kiryu, because I don't want to see the QTE. I remembered to count shots, because I noticed that revolver had 5 shots in it. Okay, I'm losing 25 seconds. I thought I was losing way more time. That's fine, because I played badly that chapter. I made many mistakes in that chapter. I'm okay with losing that time. I mean, I'm not, but I'm okay with that. It's fine. Imagine counting shots in your revolver for once. Holy heck. And then obviously I've got the finale coming up to count shots in. But I genuinely, like gameplay-wise, casually lost Judgment over Judgment. For sure. They made a lot of changes for the better. Despite the fact that once again in the speedrun, Tiger is very, 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 very overpowered because for some reason they decided to make it even stronger. They actually made enough concessions to Crane so that Crane isn't fully useless, unlike Judgment. I say that, it has its uses in Judgment. In the speedrun, it has launching usage, which is really good. But yeah, the Crane has a lot more usage in Lost Judgment. A lot more. It's much better. Everything I wanted from Crane from Judgment is improved upon in Lost Judgment. It's such a shame that the speedrun is EX Tiger. It's literally just that. It's literally just that. It's such a shame. In Touch Crane, there was no reason for you to. There's no reason for you to, outside of the completionist. Like, in the speedrun, we do for juggling purposes, that's it. Oh god, that's a fight spawn. Yikes. If we want to take care of multiple enemies, either one Tiger is still, like, really good at it, or use a two-handed weapon. the old Yakuza way. That was my last. Imagine counting shots. I was trying to hit the last guy with that bullet. That sucks. Okay. Oh well, never mind. That was slightly sloppy at the end. That's a shame. Rest that was fine. Rest of the chat has been fine, but that was slightly sloppy. Right D-pad for Tamashiro, please. Complained in the previous chapter about not cycling my guns properly, and then did cycle my guns properly. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Kaito Files is also very, very low bar. RGG's best DLC by far. Exceptionally low bar, that one. But it is fantastic. Sorry, Tamashiro. I feel like I'm shooting slow. I felt that in the Joji fight. I feel like I'm shooting slow. Which is not the video game. That's on me. My mashing is terrible today. Yeah, 2 seconds. Yeah, that's definitely on me. 100% on me. That was sloppy at the end. I feel like my mashing is so slow today. Something's off with my mashing. Alright, up D-pad is the last D-pad I need for the lobby. Did I use my left D-pad gun? I must have done. I was cycling. I must have done. I must have done. Now I'm not so sure. I'm fairly certain up D-pad is my last of my guns. Okay. Now, I do have perfect gun math in my PB, and I know this from yesterday, so I'm going to have to concentrate at my guns when we get to the ending. He deserves it. I mean, I messed up the Tamashiro fight earlier. It wasn't Tamashiro's fault. That was my fault, so 2 Tamashiro fights that have gone reasonably bad. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they didn't have the bullfight. But I guess they couldn't make it work in this engine, like, this early, which, fair enough. Like, with how the combat is in this game, I don't think I want an animal fight. Like, the animal fights are very varied depending on which game it is. Considering hitboxes are rough, like, the tiger fight in K2, those hitboxes are just rough. Those hitboxes are not fun. Oh, they are not fun in the slightest. Couldn't make pool work. Yeah, I miss pool and bowling in the Dragon engine. Like, they've locked minigames to certain FPSs, like, on PC and stuff, so I'm assuming it's not an FPS problem and just an engine problem. But honestly, give me bowling where the bowling ball is going all over the place. Honestly, that would be hilarious. Thanks. Yeah, I did use them a lot. Just wanted to double check. So this is my 3rd set of guns, so 9, 10, 11. 1. Nice. My 4 should be on my left D-pad. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down to 10. So 10 is on my left D-pad. So 14 for the 2 furniture blockers, which is my up D-pad. So make sure I use my up D-pad gun here. I don't like that I use different guns every time I do this finale. Like, stick to a D-pad rhythm, my dude. It'll make it a lot easier to remember in the future. Caught on corners in this game. As I said, my movement in the PS3 Yakuza, my movement in the Yakuza games in general is bad, but in the PS3 ones, it's especially bad. Can't remember where the angle is. It's about there. Yeah. I don't think I have to, like, line that up as precisely as I do, but I like doing that. 4 from the untouched gun. That's right D-pad. Take this man's gun. You! That's unfortunate. I'm going to be losing time in this chapter, for sure. A couple of seconds so far. More if I mess the rest of this up. For a gun, for a gun. I just threw the gun out of bounds. I thought that's something I did. Huh. Interesting. Huh. Alright. No, I knew that was gonna happen. I'm glad I broke that first, at least. I didn't mean to do the full combo, but that works. So, unused gun. So, this one. This will make it 11. Because it's 2 enemies, 2 shots each. So, right D-pad for Rickardson 2. Left D-pad for CIA. Okay. Everything going well so far. Everything going well so far. And then reload the guns. Good stuff. I'm still upset because, like, even before New Route, I should have a sub 210 in this game, but it's not happening tonight either. And 2, I'm still too sloppy in a lot of places. It is nice to get a run with the New Route down, at least. Obviously, like, better revisions pending, like, obviously getting Essence of Finishing for Tamashiro 1, not messing up the Kanda fight. Thumbs up. Okay, so... right D-pad for Rickardson. My dude. Oh, wait. Zero and K1. Yeah, that's definitely a problem in some Yakuza games. It's definitely more than just 0 and K1 as well. Some Yakuza protagonists just go down at the sight of a knife or a gun. Look at it, you Yagami. Grab guns, throw them over. Good stuff. I probably can keep hold of that one, considering we go into this cutscene, actually. What the fuck am I doing?
Go to hell.
Who's you?
Let's do it.
Reload guns. Make sure we hit him with guns as well. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Beautiful. Okay. Easy peasy. We did it. I don't know why this bit stresses me out to get the good gun math, but... So we use 3 shots from this and 8 from another gun, which will be my up D-pad gun. And that'll be it.
Nani?
Nani? Up D-pad into right D-pad. Let's go. Right, that game's very gun-filled. If you think that guns are ever bad in a Yakuza game, or an RGG game in general, go play OG Yakuza 1. Trust me. Guns in OG Yakuza 1 are going to make you suffer. If you think guns are bad in any other RGG game, OG 1. Highly trained. What I actually like about like Yakuza 3's finale is the fact that obviously every single enemy, you fight pretty much every single enemy variety in the game, and you kind of do it almost in order as well. Like you get onto the harder enemies towards the end. It's really cool. I'm actually kind of surprised I didn't get hit there. Oh, just drop that. I do not know what is. How did I say 15 seconds though? What did I do badly yesterday? Yeah, my mashing's bad today. I almost dropped that against both Mine and Tamashiro. That is not good. That is really not good. Yikes. Yeah, my mashing today was terrible. Oh well. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Would have liked it to be sub 211, but I made too many mistakes over the run. Like, way too many. Still, interesting new route. Obviously need to do the better improvements. Obviously, Essence of Finishing for Tamashiro 1. That'll save some time. Need to consider whether Rikiya 1 is baseball bat or not.